kind of just walking around today thinking about going ahead and doing the video for what I've been doing, because I just hit about 2 years of YouTube really seriously, like creating for it and writing things to do in it. What have I done? Well, I've gotten better at recording, and I'm consistent with using 4 mics on drums, and I'm getting consistent with trying to develop a sound. And I started thinking about this yesterday when I was listening to the playlist that I've been putting together for my channel. And I'm developing sounds, which is really cool, even though what I write, I really don't have any idea. I just start doing stuff and it just happens. I really don't remember the parts that I play. It's weird. I'm developing sort of kind of a sound. The guitar always has the same kind of sound. I like it better than grabbing an effects processor. Just plugging in direct, now with an iRig Pro, which is fantastic. That has helped out so much. And plugging in direct and using a telephone EQ preset and like a 50s guitar delay, and whatever that happens is what it happens. It's kind of cool. As I started adding different stuff to the bass, and I found the right envelope filter, and it is fantastic. So I started doing some stuff with that, and that was cool. The DW Mini Kit is just outstanding. It is. Kudos, boys. Y'all really know what you're doing, because it is easy to tune and it sounds good no matter if I use thicker heads or thinner heads. Right now I'm using a bunch of G1s because I wanted to hear the high end, but I think I'm going to switch back to the G2s to get a little deeper sound, because they seem to be a little more versatile with G2s, and I can do more stuff outside. Even though one of the songs I did this week or last week was metal, and I used that, but they kind of work because of the brightness. I let the drums come through and all those notes I'm trying to flurry through. Still 4 mics. I'm mainly only recording down here in Georgia right now. I'm not doing too much in Nashville. I'm not inspired by the way my room sounds, even though the DW kit there sounds great too. It's just not the same vibe, and it sounds boxy in that little crazy room. I need more air. Did some fun things making up collaborations. Don't really ask for permission, just kind of doing it. Kind of the way TikTok works, where people just kind of share screens with something else somebody else has created. Maybe that'll be cool. Did my first cover. I really have tried to avoid doing cover just because that's not where my heart's at right now. So many years of playing cover tunes, just not where I'm thinking my head is right now. I like coming up with original things, and just whatever I make up right then is great. And the whole idea behind this intuitive way of playing, where it is first takes, is really working out pretty neat. Even though I am making mistakes, it's okay, because they're getting less and less the more I record like that, where I kind of know what feels right. But for some reason I still go for things on any instrument that sometimes work out. It's neat. Just whatever I play, I hit play and record, and now I'm having to film every single thing. I just did one thing today, trying to get used to playing left-handed on that electric kit. That was tough. I had 6 pieces of footage I had to sync together, trying an idea of using a different drum track and then flying it in at the end and seeing could I do it. And I did, but now I'm having problems with airdrop from the cameras. Those are silly issues. The Simmons kit, bringing that down, doing the Neil Peart thing, just kind of talking through Neil Peart was very cool, because that Simmons kit opened up a world of thinking about maybe I could do a different version of a hybrid drum set that looks a little cooler than hybrid drum sets. They don't look good. They don't. I've tried to do all this crazy stuff trying to make them look good, and I've come up with ways to make them look good and try to make them work. It looks weird. That's the reason I always kind of dug the Simmons look. That bigger kick drum is ridiculous for a piezo that's about 1 inch in diameter that makes that sound happen. It gave that electric drum set stability. I think that's what made it work. Even when I was going back looking through the Neil footage, and when he switched over to using, more of the rolling stuff and all that, and all the smaller kick drums, it just didn't have the same look as that kit back in like 84 or 85. spun around and you saw him about to play, you know, something cool from Subdivisions on that electric kit, and it was so pronounced. And then he went on later and did the white version of it, and it was great too. And I've got my white one, but I don't know if I want to keep going with that sort of thing. I think this might tap out my Simmons fund for a while, because my left-handed playing needs a lot of work, even to play those simple patterns for dance stuff. But it's a pretty neat idea, and it's, I don't see where it doesn't kind of work. It really does work. It sounds kind of cool to hear some of those certain sounds that you expect to hear when you look at that octagon shape. You expect to hear something cool. You know, if you hear a conga, it's gonna feel weird. You know, I got the sampler for that. I can use the SPD for all that stuff, which is great. And that's what samplers are wonderful for, and then triggering all the loops. Let's see, what else? Put all those videos together. I was surprised how many I had done over the last year. My first year, I think I did 10 original things that I've written. Last year, it was 53 or 52 original things that I put together. And that was kind of cool. Not based on anybody else's, you know, music, just anything that comes out of my own crazy head, I guess. And that was neat, you know, just to be able to create like that. Kind of hone my drum sound down to that DW mini kit, which is incredible. I'm actually going to get a different one back from a buddy of mine. He's gonna we're gonna switch out 2 of my different crush kits, and I'm going to use his for a while, and he's going to use mine, because I want something with a smaller bass drum in that. So I'm going to try that out. I'm digging the sounds that I'm getting. You know, I've got my snare drum set up down to pretty much 3 drums, and then using the flipped over drum head on anything changes that drum dramatically. I'm still not using any reverb, which is cool. I do use it on shakers sometimes. I still use it on the sax stuff because I'm not confident in all my sax parts exactly. I'm getting intonation down, which is great. I don't cringe as much when I record notes, just because as soon as I hit it, I can find a note pretty quick, which is good. Oh, puppy, come here. Oh, I've gotten into the lo-fi hip-hop stuff. Oh, my ear is just in tune with it right now. I've been trying to create more around what I'm kind of liking these days, and I guess the more I'm doing all these things early in the morning stuff is kind of maybe helping create the lighter touch or lighter feel of what I'm writing or something. I don't really know, because I'm still coming up with a lot of the ideas with the iRig Pro on a bass in Nashville, you know, or here. But here I kind of seem to play a lot of the same stuff. In Nashville, I'm a lot more prolific with ideas on the bass. I have a ton of those things and just things waiting. I went for, this week I ended up wanting to do 3 things, and 2 of them were not even an idea that I had until I got here. And one I just finished today, but it doesn't sound as great. I was trying a few different things in the last year about recording maybe the drums a little different, and this is a different thing because I wrote this back in October to be backer music for Tile Job, and it works great because it's got like 4 completely different sections that I could use and loop over those tile jobs. But I decided to go back and practice playing left-handed and re-record the drums, so I deleted the original drum parts and I went back and just redid it all. But I never had the vibe of when I did it originally, I guess in October. I'd forgotten about it. It just never had the same vibe, because when I'm creating that stuff and it's all happening at one time and I'm editing it, as soon as I do the parts, I go back through and take out the things I don't want before I put anything together. So the bass is all set up and I've heard that bass part over and over and over, even though I've actually only played it one time. Then, you know, the guitar part, I hear those parts over and over and over, and I hear the bass part, then I put it all together. And then at the end, I do the drum parts because I like recording drums at the end. I've always thought it sounded more live, and I like that. You know, I enjoy sounding like a drummer. I enjoy overplaying. It's kind of fun. I kind of leave the space in my stuff because I'm not strong enough on the other instruments to get in the way. You know, if I was more of a strong player on every single instrument and I didn't want to delete things and leave a lot of space, I couldn't play like that at all. It sure is a whole lot of fun. Goodness, it is. It is fun to just be able to accent and go for weird things, and, you know, most of the time I almost can get them, which is great. You know, and they are fun to do, and I have no idea what I just played. I'm like, wow, that was inspired usually after I get done playing it, which is very cool. Ready, pup? recording with inspiration, demos and first takes. That's what it's kind of turned into. It's just different. I like it. I like the last little thing, background music type thing I did yesterday. It sounded good. I put it together and I had it up. Wrote it the morning before and had it up and finished yesterday morning, which was good. But recording at 6 a.m., woo, it is different. I hope the neighbors don't hear me too much. But that's when it hits me, and that's when I want to play some of that stuff. 2 years, pretty good. I'm up to 7, I think, original things this month already, or 6 already for January this year. Something prolific is happening. I don't know if it's any good or not, but it's whatever's in my head, and it just kind of comes out, and there it goes. Just kind of fun with first take demos. That was kind of funny. Oh, all right, Buffy, let's do this. See ya.